allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We are calling this regular board meeting, ORS 192.630, to order at 6:02. We'll head to the consent agenda. Has everyone had a chance to read the minutes from the last meeting?
I did just put the budget committee minutes on your tables. Don't feel like you have to approve them if you want more time to read them.
Okay. I will need time to read them, so we'll hit those. Can we hit those the next meeting? Okay. Let's talk about the regular board meeting minutes. Did everyone have a chance to read them? Is there a motion to approve?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from the previous meeting.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we will read the budget committee meeting, put those on for June after we all have a chance to read them. Thank you for being so efficient. Recognition and input of guests, staff, and correspondence. I see no guests, and I'm assuming we don't have any online. All right, let's go right to administrative. Oh, wait a minute, correspondence. We all received a letter from someone in Madras, so you could read that at your leisure. And I'll read the resignation during, or do I need to read that now?
During action items.
During action items, yeah, so okay, that's what I thought. All right, so we're done with that. Administrative reports. Joe, tell us about athletics.
You bet. Well, we're approaching the end of the school year here, and that means we're approaching the end of our spring sports season. So we've got some final competitions coming up. We just had our culminating event for golf, and I'll start there. Something pretty awesome happened this year. We got to host the district golf tournament. And I remember last year, Chris was talking a lot about that and trying to make that happen. And I think it's just such an amazing thing when we're able to host events here in Union, especially events like that, which are on the boys' side 1A through 3A, and on the girls' side 1A through 4A. And so we're getting a lot of teams from bigger towns and from outside the area coming to Union, and when you host an event, you're putting on a show, really. And so I think we showed them a great time. I think coaches and athletes had a fantastic time at our event. And so that's thanks to Chris and the staff at Buffalo Peaks. Golf requires, the golf course to work nicely with you, right? And so we're really grateful to Dana and his staff up there for letting us use Buffalo Peaks and just put on a great event. Some things really came together nicely. The course looked fantastic for where it did a couple months ago. Just a lot of great things like that. We we had a large number of senior boys that got to compete this year, and to compete at home at a district tournament is pretty exciting. And you can see there we had the unofficial results that I was looking at yesterday, and Chris can correct me, but I think as a team, the boys finished 8th out of 14. And then Joey McCraw specifically tied for 6th place, which is just very impressive. Of course, it's a little bit unfortunate that he came up just short of top 5, because that's who gets to go to state. But he had a fantastic couple of days, and we're really proud of him. But anyway, golf just had a great year. We're really grateful for what they're doing there. And so baseball is wrapping things up in their season. they do still have a chance to maybe, they're not so far down in the rankings. They do have a chance that they could bump up enough to be able to get into playoff games for state. So we'll see kind of how they finish out their season, but it has not been their best season. But they have some kids that are really dedicated to it, and I think the coming years baseball is going to definitely have some great achievements. Softball, on the other hand, has really been bolstered by a freshman class that is very talented, and they're having a great season. And so they're ranked number 5 in the state, and you can see their record isn't like this incredible record. They're 4-4 in league, but our league has the 2 toughest teams in the state in it, and so above us, and so they face some pretty tough competition in league, and they should be going to state, and so we'll just see kind of how they finish as well, as far as whether they have a home game first round or a bye. We'll kind of see how it all works out, just depending on how they finish. And then our track team has also had a fantastic year. This year has just been, to be honest, this year's been really great. We graduated a very talented class last year, if you remember, and I think there were some thoughts like, well, we'll see how things go this year. And these kids have really risen to that level, and they're putting on a great performance this year. So really proud of some of these kids for stepping up. There's several records on this wall behind us here that have been broken this year, and probably some more they're hoping to break, and they're really close to it. So just some really great stuff for them. Their district tournament is next Thursday in Baker, and then state will be the following week in Corvallis. Just for your information, I'll be going down to the state track meet this year, and after the state track meet, the Saturday after it, the OACA, the Oregon Athletic Coaches Association, puts on an awards banquet, and so that's where Steve Sheehy will be receiving his award for state coach of the year, and then also being recognized as a national coach of the year. So I'll be there supporting him, and then as the 1A school for last year, or for this last year, rather, we're being recognized as a school district by OACA. So we are the one school that they have chosen to recognize from the 1A level. So I'll be receiving that award for us as well. This is the first time I've even learned about this award, so I'll report back to you what exactly it means. But I mean, it's pretty awesome to be recognized by that organization. So just some information there about summer as well. We'll report to you a little bit more next month, but Memorial Day is the end of this calendar year as far as OSA is concerned. So you might start to hear about some other programs, their plans for summer and whatnot. And those coaches can start to interact with kids without restriction is essentially what that means. And then, as always, there's a week during the summer that they can't interact with them unless we make a petition to OSA. And so anyway, you'll see those dates on there as well. And then one note at the bottom, our football team is hosting a youth camp, and that's the first time in a long time that something really well organized like this is going to happen. And so you'll see some details coming out about that soon as well.
Terrific. Any questions, comments? Thank you, Chris, for spending 2 days at the golf course.
Chris kind of tans up nicely. I am red, so I have to just put a long suit and everything. He's looking pretty good after that.
Good deal. That was cool that we got to have districts up there. All right. Anyone else? All right. Carter, you're up.
Okay, I passed out my board report to you. As always, we'll start with enrollments. We have 181 students overall, 7 through 12 right now. That is 18 more than this time last year.
Wow.
interesting. Our high school is at 126 students for 9 through 12. And so part of the reason why we will be 2A next year. So the spring concert, that's wrong. It should be 6-2.
6-2.
Yeah. Yep. And elementary's during the day and high school is at night at 6 o'clock. And then we have Memorial Day, we have Teacher Access Day, we've got the last day for students and the last day for teachers. Those are kind of the big things coming up. You can see we've had a continual rule violation. That's this time of year, right? The student that is working their way down the office referral policy. And so that, 13 days of school left can't go fast enough for some students. Graduation, it's 10 a.m. June 6th. I just want to make sure Josh is aware, our graduation advisor, who's handing out diplomas. Mr. Wayne
I can go this year.
and Nancy. Okay. Okay, thank you. Testing update. So you can see, like, if you look at the juniors, it's smarter balance, English language arts, computer adaptive, performance task is what all that abbreviation stands for. So you can see we've gone through most of this. We've had a few students opt out as always, and the elementary is still kind of wrapping things up down there with that. Outdoor school concluded today. Our 6th grade participated this week at Camp Ocana. We have one open position that you'll talk about, accepting the resignation letter. We have 2 students on the eligibility report. And exit interviews, I have 2 set up for May 18th, and then I have the final one set up for June 8th. If you'd like to participate in those, May 18th, we are going to do 3 o'clock or a 2:30 and a 3:30. And then on June 8th, we're going to do a 10 a.m. So if you want to participate in that, you're welcome. I think it's a very kind of interesting way to access information when there's no repercussions.
Yeah, we kind of need board representation. Are either of those
Maybe.
Mondays?
They're all
Oh,
Mondays.
perfect. So,
And Nick has said he can do the May 18th.
okay.
I just haven't talked to him about June 8th yet. That's the Monday of stock show. I know that's not I know that's not the best date, but that individual employee requested to be done with all of their obligations. And so,
I can do the June
okay, wonderful.
Terrific. Thank you, Deb.
If you need, I can't do the 2:30, but I can do the 3:30 on the 18th. If I can't do both of them.
Yeah, and I have kind of coordinated with Nick.
He's good then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
So then I just want to turn your attention to the next page. This is how we schedule students for their courses. And so the left-hand side of the document shows like each period and what classes are offered per period for that grade level. So you can kind of follow the matrix, like as a senior in 12th grade, your options first period are basically English. Your option second period is personal finance, because that's a Union High School graduation requirement. Your option third period is the civics requirement where we have to teach economics and we have to teach government. And then the rest of your day, you can see it just totally opens up where there's lots of different classes that you can take, including, work experience at the end of the day, or if you want to take some advanced classes at the college, that kind of stuff. And so this is, those are the major options right there. And then as you move down, you can see there's, as a 7th grader, you're either in math first period or global studies, that kind of thing. And that's going to give us the ability to split that 7th grade class up next year into about 22 kids per class. So this is kind of an interesting way that we do this. It works pretty good. Our connections teachers are really good about doing this. And then you have, every now and then you have a kid that's a really tough one. And so that comes into the office, and then Tracy and Rondi and I, we're trying to navigate, well, he needs this class and he needs that class. So you're going to have to take this class online, those kinds of things. And then you look at the next page is the master schedule in like the normal form that you can see. So you can see when teachers have preps and when classes are offered, that kind of stuff. And so that's really exciting to be able to keep this. And then the last page is something Jocelyn just asked me to create a calendar for the month of June for myself. And so you can see like the last 2 weeks of my year are wrapping up state reports, working with Tracy, working with Haley to make sure we're checking all those boxes. I typically take that last week of June off, and then I start my check-ins for the summers on Mondays and Tuesdays. And that way I keep up on email. I'm able to check in and out with John on how things are going with summer projects. Anything Mindy needs from me, she knows I'll be in on that Monday, whether it's I need to sign checks or something like that. And so those are that's kind of the board report. We're down to 12 school days left, I think is what it is.
What time is graduation on Saturday?
10 a.m. Yes.
All right.
Any other questions?
Questions or comments for Carter? Carter, thank you for the June calendar. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Okay.
Things always are subject to change, you know what I mean? Like, if my mom gets sick or something like that, I try to be down there as much as I can. So, thank you.
All right. Mindy.
I sent around the checklisting. I'm not sure. No, I got it back already.
I have not signed it.
The consolidated board report, I didn't print that this month, in part because I was busy creating a budget. And so
But you did a phenomenal job last week.
it's over. That's good. So what I do have it here. I just don't know that I sent it in that packet. Any questions about anything budget related or with the checklisting that you can guess? I used up all my words last night.
I have no questions on the checklisting. Anyone else? Okay, thank you for the nice job last night at the budget meeting. I appreciate the extra detail. I know it was more work, but I appreciate it because
I will admit that it made me somewhat uncomfortable not going through it page by page because that's another set of eyes on my work. So I will go back and go over it and over it and over it multiple times more.
yes, well, we trust you that you will do that.
Oh, I make mistakes, so.
I appreciate looking at it a little differently from another perspective. So I appreciate the extra work. Anything else for Mindy? All right, Chris, you are up.
All right, as you can see, we are down to 2 students from last month. We had a couple of more students transfer out of the district and out of the community. And then I thought you might want to know as we start, we talked recently about some reductions on the elementary side with a large amount of students moving into the junior high. And so I kind of found some old reports and just thought that enrollment over the last 8 or so years, it was kind of interesting to see. So you can see how we grew and then how we're starting to kind of regress a little bit. So those are those numbers just for you to look at. And then the top 3 events on the elementary report, those 3 things that happened. Carter already alluded to the 6th grade outdoor school. That was a 2-night, 3-day trip, a success. The fourth graders have completed their field trip to the Oregon Trail Interpretive Center outside of Baker. And our third graders had recently had an overnight trip to Boise. They visited a farm and the Boise Zoo and stayed the night at the zoo.
Ooh.
And all success. And I've heard from multiple community members and people that were on the third grade trip that they were impressed by the teachers' organization, the students, the effort that was put into it, and that is not an easy class to do it overnight with. So Megan did a great job there. Tomorrow is I believe it is the 54th annual Cove Play Day. So that'll be happening tomorrow if you're looking for something to do. There will be a couple hundred third through sixth graders running around Cove literally tomorrow. Also, we are working through our state testing. It's a little bit different on the elementary side where we test throughout the day, and the stamina for kids with that is a little different. So they come and go from that test. They have multiple assessments, and then we're also getting ready to redo our district assessments for that final push there too. So that is all in the works as we come to the end of the school year. And then some more things that are happening. On May 20th, our fifth graders will graduate from what's now called BEST. It used to be called DARE. Our student resource officer, Deputy Humphreys, teaches that class. And then there is a formal graduation that'll be happening in the afternoon in the S.E. Miller Gym. On May 21st, our kindergarten, first and second graders will all go to the Hall Ranch, which is up past Captain Creek State Park. It's owned by Oregon State University. It's a working ranch in that area, and they've given us access to that to do kind of an outdoor rotation and talk about some natural things and lessons that are up there. We have several volunteers that are coming up there to run some stations. And that'll be kind of a fun activity as well. And then on the same day, the morning of May 21st, we are going to host Mr. Whitehead, who is from the Oregon Rural Schools Collaborative, and Mr. Dave Dallas, the director of Teach Rural Oregon. He works for EOU, but he works out of the campus in Gresham, and he has students that live in the Portland area that are EOU students that are becoming teachers, and he works with them at a Gresham campus. So Mr. Whitehead and Dave are coming to our school to look at us. We have multiple students who have graduated from this rural Oregon schools. Marco Razzano, Cooper Lund, and Colby Bales have all gone through that, received funds through that. And so Mr. Whitehead's coming to see what we do at our school and what our rural school looks like. Dave is well aware, Dave Dallas is very aware of what we do and the things that we have going on. And he asked me if we could come and tour the school. So I'm going to take them around on the 21st and show them what we do.
Very nice.
So that's kind of a cool opportunity to show off our school to some people around the state. And then our fifth graders are going on a 3-day, 2-night trip to Portland. They have several activities planned. Megan Dixon has done this trip a couple of years ago and is well versed in how to do that. Like Carter alluded to, our elementary spring concert, the Student of the Month, is on May 2nd. And finally, you've heard about me talking about the PlayWorks training that the IMESD wrote a grant from. That will be happening for August 20th, and our elementary classified staff will be required to be at that training.
Cool. Nice.
So, those are the things happening in the elementary.
Lots going on.
I think this happened between the last board meeting and this one, but I could be wrong. The no shift thing, stop shift, don't tell me.
Oh, the stress less day.
Yeah, what?
That was kind of Carter's baby. That's all.
It was
And
very-
he was there. I was not able to.
Yeah.
attend.
Yeah, so we had all K through, yep, down there. and it was a series of booths. And so we had two high school interns that work for the CHD. They put it all on. They organized all of the different people to do different things, and there were coloring stations, and there was a bouncy house, and there was a petting zoo, and I mean, like hair extensions. I mean, there was so much going on. It was so busy, and it was like, I can't remember who said it, but somebody said like, I guess this is what speed dating would be like, because you blow the horn and you had like 7 minutes at a station, and then they blow the horn again and you had to rotate. And it worked out really well. It was well attended, and everybody had a lot of smiles on their faces. And then at the end, when the high school was there, just the 9 through 12, they fed them lunch from Raoul's, yes. And it was good, and it was fun, and the kids were well behaved. It was very stressful to like kind of
Stress-free.
to coordinate the events. But yeah, I think those two high school kids did a really good job of organizing that, and the CHD was very supportive.
Who were them?
Alyssa Nelson and Kimber Ricker. So
Good for them.
Yeah.
That's a big project.
it was. And I think it's going to probably be an annual thing. The CHD was out today, basically talking about, our new mental health therapist and incorporating these things as we move forward. So it was good. It was a good event.
Said it was
Yeah. But yeah.
Very fun. Any questions or comments for Chris? Righty then. Policy items, it says none. I did note that OSBA had a policy update webinar that was yesterday, and I had to work, so I missed it, but I will get back on when they download that to be accessible. I will try to make a point of seeing what in the world we're doing with those. Information and discussion items, district budgeting discussion, budget meeting update. We had a lengthy meeting last night and ended with approval of the budget as presented. Do either of you want to say anything else about budgeting?
I don't feel, we talked at length last night.
Yes.
So I don't feel it's necessary. Mindy did a wonderful job.
Well, it was informative, and it's tough to be in the position where we are having to cut when we haven't had to do that for a really long time.
Yeah.
And so it's not pleasant. And so we needed to have discussion, but it is warranted. So it is what it is. We're not the only ones, certainly, in that position. Crystal Apple winners.
Don Novak and Brandy Tobin. That was about a week and a half ago, beginning of last week, I believe.
Yes.
The ESD puts on a wonderful presentation. It's very nice. It's very respectful. Very nice things are being said about adults who have spent careers in the field and done wonderful things. And so if you get an opportunity as a board member to go, it really is something that is nice. And these are very deserving people that have done a lot of really great things.
Okay. Action items. We have some hiring to do and then a resignation, unfortunately. So tell us about the high school science teacher.
So Mackenzie Sheehy is a cross-country coach for us, a graduate from here, and someone that is very vested in this community, in not only just as an individual, but as a lifer, is what I would call her. And she presented her lesson extremely well, and she did a great job in the interview. And so she was far and away the best candidate for us from that candidate pool. And so
I thought she was an English teacher.
she started out getting her English endorsement, and then this job opened up and she went and got her science endorsement. And then has spent a lot of time upstairs in the science to get her feet underneath her. And so she has demonstrated it professionally. I've been impressed with what she's been able to do and how well she did in this process. It's a pretty difficult process. I mean, you've been through it, and, you know, we don't leave any stone unturned.
She'll have full science certification.
Yep, that's what, yep, she's doing right now.
Okay. And that's, what will she have? Biology or
It'll be general science.
general science?
Yes.
But she'll be teaching the upper level?
Yep.
Is that the integrated?
Yeah,
She's getting her language arts endorsement too, right?
yes.
I didn't want to tell a lie in my minutes.
I move we hire her then.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, and this needs to be a hand vote. Deb? Mason?
Aye.
And I. All in favor. Let's go to our music teacher.
So Leah Emerson is a musician by trade, is I think how I would say that, and has spent a life in the world of music, done all kinds of different things, taught privately, and has basically came to us, wowed us with her lesson, getting on the floor with the kids, and it was impressive. And then on top of that, she has a lot of experience in the field of music, and she's come out multiple times to kind of see what it's like, and then has volunteered to be part of the spring concert this year.
Oh.
So I think what we're getting is somebody that's going to be a true professional. You know, we will obviously miss, you know, our music teacher that was here this year, but I think we're getting something that is the best out of that pool, and somebody who is ready for that challenge, which we spelled that out. And we've talked about this, that this job is the hardest job we have in our district. Your skill set is so broad that, so anyway, so that's why we recommend Leah Emerson.
And she'll be fully certified.
She will be in the master's program.
Okay,
She has already received her restricted teaching license and already got that to me.
okay.
And we built her a folder today.
And she already has a master's in music, just not in teaching yet.
Okay, so that's why she's doing the MAT. Do we have a motion?
I make a motion we hire Leah Emerson as a music teacher.
I'll second.
Okay. Deb, your vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
And yes, for me as well. All right, and then it does appear that we have hired a baseball coach, so tell us about that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we have decided to hire Kyle Langford as our head baseball coach. And so Kyle is, well, in short, he has given a lot of time to Union School District. He's an alumni as well. And he has spent a lot of time in the force program. So after he was coached by Ray Ford, he returned to help Coach Ford right out of high school. When Coach Ford stepped away, he stuck around a little bit longer. And then he stepped away for a short term, but when Mr. Ford came back, he came back as well. So he's put in more than 10 years of time as an assistant coach here. And I really like who he is and what he brings as far as character goes. He interacts really well with kids. I had a great interaction with him. We do a coach's dinner or barbecue rather every year. And he and I had an interaction and just the way that he talked about some kids and his concern for kids. He really is looking out for kids and what's in their best interest and cares a lot about who they are becoming as people. And, you know, in the athletic department, that's our number one priority is after safety, I should say, is making sure that we are making good people. And he certainly is going to contribute to that. So we're very excited for him to come here and do that.
And we need a motion.
Make a motion, we hire Kyle Langford for the new baseball coach.
I'll second.
I will be recusing myself from this as he is my son-in-law. Your vote.
Aye.
Right.
Don't want to vote no on camera. No, I'm joking.
They live across the street. I They know. Okay, unfortunately, we do have a letter of resignation to whom it may concern. I am ready to formally resign from my position as a Hermiston High School teacher, Hermiston, oh my God, as a high school teacher in Union School District, effective at the end of the current academic year. This was not an easy decision at all, and I am grateful for the opportunity I've had during my time here. I truly believe there is no better school district than Union School District. I appreciate the support, guidance, and connections I was able to make during my time here. I am extremely proud of the progress I have made as an individual, and I credit a lot of my growth to the administration trusting me and treating me with nothing but respect along the way. Thank you again for the opportunity to be part of Union School District. I wish nothing but success for the school district. I cannot express my gratitude for the staff and administration enough. I will always be proud of my time as a Bobcat. As always, go Bobcat. Sincerely, Marco Rattano.
Where's Michael going?
He's going to Montana.
He's going to a college in Montana to be a head wrestling coach.
Yeah, it's his lifelong dream.
Yes,
I really like the kid.
Yeah, it's,
That is so cool though.
yeah, it's, why not?
Yeah.
You got to do what you're going to do. So we're sorry to lose him, but doggone it, what a great opportunity for him. So we'll need to have a motion to accept that letter of resignation.
I so move.
I second.
Vote, Deb,
Aye.
and I myself. Surplus social studies textbooks. We have a letter from Mr. White. Thank you for your consideration and work regarding the social studies adoption at last month's meeting. Because of your efficient work, we have already received the textbooks, which arrived Wednesday, May 6th. In preparation for next year, I would like to request that you consider surplusing the previous textbooks. I will reach out to a couple of used textbook sellers to see if they're interested in any of our books, so long as they will pay for shipping. The following texts are the previous textbooks that should be considered, and he lists those off. Sincerely, Josh White. It's my understanding that in order for us to be able to give these books away, we have to declare them as surplus. So we need a motion to declare the old social studies books surplus, so they may be used by someone else.
I make a motion.
I like it so.
Okay, we're voting.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, for me as well. So
Do
we
we
can,
just give them away or do we sell them?
We're going to try to sell them.
Yeah.
We're going to make the effort to sell them and then we'll figure it out from there.
yeah.
Be cool if they do sell to let him have that money back for his classroom or portion of it or something.
We'll
We
see.
spent $45,000 on his textbooks.
That's true. It would, okay. That's true. At least we don't have to pay to take them to the dump or something. That's
Well,
fair.
yeah,
They're not good for building material.
they can find some.
Fire starter.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we're to future agenda items. Does anybody have anything for June that is coming up? We definitely will have the final test results. That will be part of that.
Is June's meeting, I just want to clarify, on June 10th.
I would, it's whatever the second Wednesday is,
Okay,
is that
Gonna be
stock show?
Stock show, yep.
I will not be here that day unless something goes how it's never gone before. Normally, I get off work if it started running on Wednesday.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's up to you guys.
Anybody else? I think-
Dick's kids aren't old enough to show this year, yet, right?
On that day too, but I'm hoping to be here. Just
Okay.
old enough to manage it.
Okay. I think we should still have a quorum, so we'll read the minutes.
I mean, they may get waited. My father-in-law comes and helps do all that stuff, so they may be done and ready to go when I
Okay,
tentatively say I have to be here. And if I get done in time, I'll be here. Tuesday.
But your
I'm
father,
an ace and Dennis that they can accomplish it.
your father-in-law talks a lot. So
But he
don't count on it early.
That's, so.
we're not counting on you, but we will have our goals review
Okay.
for academics and attendance and whatever else is within the goals that needs to be reported on. Is there anything else anyone can think of right now? All righty then. Is there anybody online that would like to make comments?
I didn't see anybody. So I think we're good.
All righty then. Well,
Before we go,
okay.
sometime you might get the idea I live under a rock, but tell me who's here and who's not here in the elementary school.
Mr. Bales is going back to his home in Dufur. He's accepted a job.
Oh, good.
And his wife has accepted a job there. And Mrs. Seal is going to go back to retirement. And then we have a couple of aides that Mrs. Shaw and Tricia Seal and Crystal Anderson, all those three have received notice that they will not be returning next year. So it's very sad, but like we talked about at the budget committee meeting last night, when you're losing 20+ kids at the elementary school.
I get that.
Yeah, so.
Would you guys tell us our tentative splits for classrooms and stuff at the next budget? Or you know now?
I spoke to elementary staff at our staff meeting today, and I intend to split second and sixth.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and so they'll be, second will be 13 and 14, basically, because we're looking at first grade was 13 and 14, so moving up to second.
Yep.
Okay.
You know what struck me funny, when Mindy said how many students we needed in a classroom to make it financially viable. That's kind of hitting the upper limit of what we want.
Yeah,
Well, and
for sure.
some of it though is, and Chris and I have talked about this at length, is some of it is the classroom confines of just the room.
Oh,
You can't fit more.
can't get that many in.
Yeah, and so that's another factor. And then another factor is the makeup of that class. So that group of kids, what they're like, who's in there and how they interact with each other. And so,
Even though this year's second grade has 29 kids, this year's first grade might be a little bit of a harder group of kids. And might be more beneficial to split.
And so, what we did talk about at the staff meeting, and Chris did say this, and the fifth grade teacher agreed, like, hey, splitting up that sixth grade next year is a good idea. It's a good idea. And the fifth grade teacher who had them all in the same room was like, yes, I wholeheartedly agree. They should be. And so that is an academic decision that we're making to try to make that environment more of an academic environment for that specific group. And so there's so many different factors. You can't just say it's 32 or it's 27. It's the makeup of that group that impacts your decision making.
Right.
And was that number, did we say it took 28 kids to pay for?
20 to 22.
22.
That just paid for the teacher though, right?
Oh, no, that was for all, it was 13 to just cover the teacher.
So 22 pays for a teacher and the support staff.
So what, it was gonna be second, and what other grade was gonna be split? Sixth.
And then kids are gonna hear about it, I'm moving second grade back to SC Miller. So,
Oh, okay.
which is not popular with teachers, but
Oh, it is.
it doesn't make sense to have open classrooms in SC Miller with the office, the cafeteria, the gym.
Right.
And the
From
playground.
your perspective, I think it's a fabulous idea.
And so, yeah, I'm not popular with some people, but it is what I think is best for kids.
There's air conditioning. It's irrelevant.
We didn't talk about that, but when they think through it, they'll appreciate it.
There's your sales pitch.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at numbers here. So we will have 19 first graders, correct?
But I can,
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
theoretically, we would, yeah,
If-
at least I hope.
If those kids come back,
Correct.
we don't know about K. Do we?
We're somewhere between 16 and 20.
Okay,
I think I have at least 15 confirmed.
Well, that's.
first grade's 27. Current first grade, current second is 29. Third's 25, fourth is 28, fifth is 29, and sixth is 42. But I counted them. I did the same.
so next year we've got big classes, that's for dang sure. Dang it.
Well, and every class but one next year in the high school is over 30. Every class but one.
Yeah.
And one will be over 40.
And we're A2 next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the next 4 years.
Oh. Cool.
Then this.
Bring it on.
Through and we'll be able to draw it back down if we want to.
Probably.
I mean, that, like,
All righty, well. We can only do what we can do. Anything else? All right, we are adjourned. 6:50.